Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Look who's back for another visit.
Hey guys and gals, great to see you all.
So it's been a couple weeks. Auntie, Cousin Nita, how have you been?
I've been hanging in there, just trying to stay positive and test negative.
Absolutely. Obviously, the comedy of the family went to her. I laughed at. So, well, welcome back, cousin. Glad to have you back. Always love having you. So a couple weeks ago, almost like a month at this point, I think it was, I reviewed Rowan's Creek, right? Which Rowan's Creek, is, as you probably already know, is a Kentucky-based bourbon. It's from the Willett Distillery, right? And unfortunately, this one got the judgment of do not buy. Right? Yeah.
Okay.
It was a loser. It's a snoozer, right? $35. I just felt like there were so many other good options out there.
Yeah.
It just wasn't worth it, right?
Yeah.
So let's move Rowan's Creek aside. Peace out, Rowan's Creek. Not talking to you anymore. We have officially divorced.
Yes.
Right?
All right.
Move in. So everyone kept saying, a lot of the comments, right? A lot of people like BT Hunter, a lot of the different people, Carino, Ivy was like, hey, Bourbon Judge, you need to try the Big Brother. Noah's Mill, right? Noah's Mill.
All right.
So I'm like, okay, so all right, we'll check out
And I'm
Noah's
not
Mill.
familiar, so this will be fun.
Exactly. So I can't lie. I've had Noah's Mill, I think, one time.
Okay.
And it was late at night, hanging out with some of the guys. One of my friends brought it over. And so I had Rowan's Creek like after pour number like 8. So I don't remember it that much at all.
Big
right?
shocker.
Right?
Alrighty then.
So, but I did run out and I grabbed the bottle. And I'm like, you know what? Hey, I have you coming this weekend. So I was like, I might as well go ahead and review it with you. So let's see if it's truly better than its little brother, Noah's Mill. Does that sound good?
Sounds like
All right. Let's go ahead and better than Rowan's Creek. Let's pour this Noah's Mill real quick.
All right.
My
favorite part.
Exactly. So for Noah's Mill, again, a Willett-based distillery. Willett-based product, I should say. This one comes in at about $48. So a little bit more, about $13 more than this little brother, right?
All right.
But equally, not super hard to find, right?
Okay.
Not super hard to find. It says on the front here, this one is 114.3 proof.
Okay, so a little up there.
Right? Especially compared to the little brother, Rowan's Creek, which is only 100 proof.
Okay.
Right? So this one, it should have more of a punch to it, right?
All right. Well, sock it to me.
Exactly. Again, with this one, there's no exact age statement from what I read online.
Okay.
It's a blend of, let's call it anywhere from like 7, 8 to maybe even up to 10 years, right?
Okay.
It is a small batch still, right? But much higher proof.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into this bad boy. I'm excited.
All right.
Heard nothing but good things.
Yeah.
I trust everyone out there. I trust you guys and gals in terms of your feedback. So I'm sure Noah's will be good to me, right? All right.
It's bourbon. We'll drink it anyway.
Exactly. Nice little bottle of Noah's Mill. I like the bottle.
Yeah, well, it's almost the shape of a wine bottle, like I mentioned, which I don't really see all that often in the bourbon world.
Yeah, we have so many different bottles now. Different shapes. Everyone tries to do their own thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. All right. So color-wise, what are you thinking from the color?
Really a little bit on the darker side.
It is,
Let's sniff here.
Get into the nose.
Now, so what's interesting is when I go in with this, I get the spice, but I get a finish, more of a kind of a fruitier finish.
Yeah,
like as you sniff more, so you get that initial kind of spice, but then
you almost get, is it more like berries?
Yeah,
like blackberries, blueberries. So not super sweet, not like strawberries, more like black.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's kind of blended in with like traditional oak.
Now, is this a high corn content in this one or no?
It is a little bit, not as much as Rowan's Creek.
Okay.
So I'm wondering from a palate standpoint, will it have some of those similar notes or will it be slightly different?
Okay.
It'll be interesting. Who knows?
All right.
We shall see. But I agree that from the nose, I do get a lot more fruit, which is different than the Rowan's Creek.
Okay.
I do get a lot of vanilla. It's interesting. It's almost like a hint of
trying to place it.
It's almost like a slightly minty note on the nose,
Right,
right?
right.
It's different. That's different. It doesn't remind me of Rowan's Creek at all, which hopefully is a good thing. Actually.
Exactly.
And I spent $13 more, $48. I'm hoping this bad boy's better. I'm hoping, right? Fingers crossed, literally. All right. I don't know about you, cousin, but I'm ready to sip.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Let's get to
Cheers to everyone
tasting.
out there as well. Ooh.
Now the sweet comes through
It does.
first in the initial taste.
It does.
That comes through almost immediately, which I think is pretty nice.
There's something in this that's different. I mean, this is way different than that one. Let me get another small little sip.
And even though it's a bit higher proof, I don't. It doesn't to me. It's not. Again, I'm not feeling like.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It went down real nice.
Nice smooth palate, right?
Yeah.
A lot does transition from the nose to the palate. Very smooth, like a full body, right? Again, at 114.3 proof, it doesn't burn like you think it would burn from a traditional 114 high proof bourbon, right?
Right.
A lot more well-rounded, more flavorful as a whole.
Yeah.
Get a little bit more. I get a lot more, for me personally, I get a huge combination of caramel and berries.
Okay. Yeah.
Just those two things. And a little oak, obviously, right? It's aged in an oak barrel. But those two, primarily those two things. Anything else stand out?
I can't call it. I mean, there's something, and I apologize, Bourbon Judge fans, that I can't call it out for you, but there's just something here that's a little different. Again, as soon as I tasted, I got the sweet immediately. Sure. Didn't really, even though I smelled what I thought to be a little bit more spice, didn't really taste
a lot of spice.
Exactly. Exactly. So interesting.
The end of the palate for me, that mint, it doesn't come through like as you're swallowing it, but the end, like as it kind of goes down, like the sense like that kind of like stays in my mouth. That mint is definitely there, right?
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. So that also transitions as well. But what I like about it is that it's definitely very well rounded, right? We are a family. We never leave bourbon in the glass. I think it's time to finish this.
Time to finish.
Go ahead. Cheers. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time to do 2 votes, 2 gavels in terms of if we're going to leave it on the shelf or if we're going to buy it at $48, which is like the range. So the judgment is in for Auntie Anita, or Cousin Anita, rather. What's your judgment?
I'm actually sorry, Bourbon Judge fans, but I'm going to leave it on the shelf.
You are?
I am.
Wow. Interesting. Tell us why.
There's just something that I can't connect with, and I really can't call it out, but I'm looking at the price point.
Okay.
And it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. It's not a bad bourbon.
Yeah.
So I don't think, you'd be so angry about purchasing it.
Sure.
But I just think for the price point, I just wasn't all that impressed with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd leave it on the shelf.
You leave it on the shelf.
I'd leave it on the shelf.
Hey.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, right? All right. Well, the Bourbon Judge is going to give a second verdict, and let's see whether or not if we have a uniform decision or if we have a split decision. The judgment is in. The Bourbon Judge disagrees with To me, so we have a split decision. To me, this is a buy.
Really?
For me, right?
Now,
I'll
what
tell you
is
the reason
it for
why.
you?
So here's the reason why. Couple of things. I guess number one, I'm also kind of comparing it to Rowan's Creek.
Okay.
It's leaps and bounds better than Rowan's Creek. Rowan's Creek was like almost drinking bourbon, but not like something that actually has like a flavor profile, right?
Yeah.
Just bland, simple, standard bourbon.
Right.
I think for extra $13 at $48, this is very nicely balanced. Okay. I love, for me personally, again, right? Everyone has different palates, right?
Yeah.
I love the the robust flavors. I love the mix in terms of the combination of like the berries, right? Black and blueberries kind of mixed in with that caramel.
Yeah.
And I love the oak, how it's kind of subtle, but it's there at the same time. I think it's very, very nice. And at $48, I would say this. I agree with you from the standpoint of if I was going out and I wanted to buy my best bourbon ever, okay, I'm not going to buy that.
Right, a $50 bottle.
But if I'm traveling, right, got the holidays coming up, right, or we're in the holiday season already, right? Right? If I'm traveling and I saw this, I would definitely buy it.
Okay.
Just for me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
As they say, the court, right? There's more than one judge in this opinion, right? In this case. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up with that. As we always say, thank you for watching the channel. Thank you. If you haven't done thus far, please make sure you subscribe. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
So good to see you all. Glad to spend time with my favorite cousin. We appreciate you, Bourbon Judge fans. You all have a great evening. Be good to yourself and your family.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
See you, everyone. Peace.